Welcome back to No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. Our guest today is a former McDonald's All-American that went on to be a lottery pick by the Pacers in 2015. He's entering his ninth season in the league, is a two-time block leader coming off the best season of his career. He's also one of the best-dressed dudes in the league, Myles Turner. We appreciate you pulling up.
What's good, y'all? Appreciate the love, Joe.
Team USA has been a big story of this offseason now heading into the season. It took the L in the World Cup. A lot of guys have said they want to play in the Olympics in 2024. So we got to ask you, do you want to play with Team USA in the Paris Olympics?
Absolutely, man. You can say you want to play all you want. It's about getting in between the lines, getting it done, bro. I got a chance to play in the World Cup in 2019, a few years ago. And that rush I got for being overseas and playing that type of basketball, the passion that the other countries play with, the NBA is what it is. We play, we hoop. But back, over on that side of the world, man, the crowds over there, just the way they chant their names, just the way, that environment, I've never seen anything like as far as the basketball environment like it before. And I want to immerse myself back into that. I know the way I defend the rim, the way I'm able to stretch the floor, and I've been doing that consistently, for years now. I know I'm definitely in consideration, so I definitely want to play, man.
So you was on a World Cup team and didn't get invited to the FIBA team?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know how I go. I mean, I know. Let's speak on it. Let's speak on it.
That's the thing I hate, that, everyone thinks that the players are the ones that don't want to represent. Not realizing, we all want a gold medal. That's the only time we can get a gold as a hooper. We watch the Olympics. We see everybody in individual sports winning gold medals. You don't think football players want to get a chance to win a gold medal? So every player, it's easy for, Jokic and them, they play. They're the best player in their country, right? We're one of 400. We don't get that luxury to just be entitled to I'm the best player and I get on this team automatically. We have to get invited. That's not a try. We don't get to try out. We got to get picked. You play for the Pacers. Nah, I don't. You.
There's definitely a process with it. Yeah.
Right? It's come on, let us go out there and hoop, so we can see who's the best of the best and who's willing to dive on the ball. They're willing to do what it takes to make this team. When you're just picking players, it's come on, man. You take the fun out of it.
There's definitely some politics with it, but you see the guys that, even the European players that are role players in the league, then they go back and play for their country. They turn to superheroes, man. You see it happen every single year. Just being able to be a part of that environment, that's something I want for myself. And I want to be able to look back and say, man, I want a gold medal, show my, my grandkids and whatnot. I was able to represent my country at the highest level. There's so much debate of, if the NBA players are the best in the world anymore.
As I said, they acting like we don't want to win a gold medal. We seen Michael Jordan. We seen what it is. We all want to be a part of it, but that's not how it works over here. Right? We have politics over here. It's not about who's the best. It's about, do you have the right shoes on? Are you friends with this person? You know what I mean? That don't work.
They ain't ready for all that, Gil. They ain't ready for all that.
and that's the thing that hurts us. That we sitting here and you looking at this team and you sitting there four players that wasn't starters on their team makes this team. How? You're not even top. At least 80 y'all out of the 12 are not even top 15 in your position. Come on, you're trying to make the rest of us look like we don't belong. They turned me down. No, they didn't even ask me.
At all. I haven't heard nothing. It's been crickets. But
we didn't try out.
Nothing, bro. I just go out there and I hoop, man. I'm not gonna do all the political hey, pick me. Nah, bro. I'm gonna go out there and hoop. People around the league know what it is when they see me, and if I'm appreciated at that aspect, I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm ready to go.
All right, so we talked about the Olympics. Now let's shift focus back to the best basketball league in the world champions every year. You're coming off the best season of your career. So what did you focus on this offseason, and what are your goals for yourself and the Pacers this season?
Well, we'll start with the goals right away, man. I came into this league spoiled, bro. I got to go to the playoffs 4 or 5 years in a row. Got to experience some game sevens, I got to experience just the highs and the lows of that. And, getting to play with PG, getting to play with some of the OGs I got to play with. Man, I jumped right into it. I was one of those players that had to work, then get to the playoffs. having experienced that, you want to go back. And I have a group of young guys around me who, a lot of guys and teams that never really been to the playoffs before, right? And I want that for them more than I damn near want it for myself. Just to be able to bring that back to Indianapolis, man, just all the goals, how exhilarating just that the best basketball in the world is. So just getting back to the playoffs is a huge goal of mine, man. I think that the way things are structured, especially like in the East now, we have a great chance. We got a good revamped roster. We got Tyrese coming back off his All-Star season. So I'm really excited for us to get back in that fold. As far as myself, man, just being the leader that I am. I'm no longer like, just a leader on the team. I'm the leader. I'm the longest tenured guy here. Like this is the first year that I've actually had like the most years on this team, and I've been waiting for this opportunity for a long time. I'm ready for it, man. All-Star games coming to Indianapolis, and everything's gonna be a byproduct of our success. So I'm excited.
The say I'm the leader of the team at 26. Right.
27.
Like, you know what I mean? It just,
yeah.
Like it's crazy just how young, everybody is and how mature everyone has to be so fast. It's amazing because, you're going to be an OG in 2 years.
I get two more? All right.
I'll be like, you're going to be the OG, like, oh, man, you know what I mean? You need some Bengay old fella, like that. They're going to start calling you uncle at 29. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. But it shows you the talent that's coming into the league, how fast you guys are adapting to the skill that, you're 26 years in and, you've been in the league 8 years. 27, been in the year 8 years. That's amazing. You have to go to school 1 year.
Right.
And it just shows you how crazy that everyone in the game is really just evolved. And, when this wave of, the LeBrons get out of the league, the superstars are going to be anywhere from 23 to 30.
Yeah, bro. We watched everything y'all did, bro. Like we watched everything y'all did, and we made it our own. Then you pass it down to the next generation that's coming on. And I feel like players, especially around my age group, they don't give y'all enough credit for like what y'all did in this league and like how y'all established that foundation for us to build off of, bro. Bro, everybody talks about John Morant, this, that. Bro, when you electrified Washington, bro, you turned that shit up for a point guard, nigga dunking on nigga like that. That type of stuff you weren't seeing. And now you watch that type of stuff and make it your own, and like you're in it all of a sudden. You're in the prime of your career now, and it's just everything happens fast, man. So, yeah, man.
So you said that Tyrese Halliburton is an artist with his court vision and passing ability. But how long did it take you to get comfortable playing with him, and what's the most underrated part of his game?
Bro, we clicked right away, honestly. And, when he first came to the team and first got traded, I was done the rest of that season. I got hurt. I forgot what I heard, but I got injured that year, and I was done the rest of the year. So we didn't get a chance to play together. We started playing some pickup games in the summertime, and then right away, back here at the facility, we just caught on, bro. Like, it's just easy with him. He makes the game easy for everybody around him. He wants to get people open. He wants to pass more than he wants to score. And it's rare that you play with a player, like that. Especially like All-Star. A lot of guys, try to get their own ship, and not he's really trying to get everybody involved. He gets off that way. So, man, it was an easy fit right away.
Yeah, I seen him in Vegas. He was trying out for, I think Steve Kerr went to go see him, so it was Golden State Warriors, and he was working out there, and I was like, oh man, I like his skill set, his pace. He had that funny shot.
Pace.
He had that funny shot, but it's like you get a great pump fake with that, man. Everybody in the league jumping. So to see him successful, watching how he looked, pre-draft, was like, okay, I can see it.
So, Myles, you spent your entire career in Indianapolis, since 2015. In the league, we always talk about big market versus small market. But what's the best part about playing in a small market, and what's the hardest part?
Oh, well, the hardest part obviously is exposure, right? Like you can have a great season, have great numbers, have a great game, but if you're not playing in April, like nobody cares, and it's going to get swept under the rug. Only playing once on national TV, schedule, one time out the year, you're not going to get the exposure or like those eyes that you think you deserve, right? I've been snubbed off of multiple all defensive teams. I've been snubbed off, deep point in my opinion in the past. I've done great things in this league, but there's no eyes on it. There's no attention on it because you got the oohs and ahs of, bigger markets and whatnot. So just not getting what you think you deserve, that's a hard part of it, obviously. not being able to put like your true craft on display, like the way you want to do it all the time. There's no like downside to it. But the upside is the fans are so loyal, bro, and they love them some Pacers, man. Like any of the small markets, they love their teams. They go hard for the team. So the love that you get around the city, it's very rare that, someone like myself has been in an organization as long as I have, my entire career, to see an entire city grow up. You see crazy, skyscrapers go up that weren't there, a few years ago. You see people that have been watching me play since middle school that are now in college, like little stuff like that. The relationship that you make in the town and the people you meet around the city is actually pretty dope. And just the access that you get is amazing as well. But, just like anything, you take the good with the good and the bad with the bad. But at the end of the day, bro, we still get to hoop. Man, this shit's fun. We get to hoop and just be ourselves every single night.
Hey, hold on. I just realized you've never won a defensive player of the year or
very
no
shaky.
Defensive, nothing, bro.
So how do you get to be the block champ but not a defensive?
So the argument that I heard, and it's funny, everybody has their roles, bro. Media has their roles as well to report the good and then to cause controversy, right? It is what it is. It's the game, right? I had a couple campaigns a couple years ago, thought I deserved it, and I was told that, oh, well, you're a good help side defender. Like, oh yeah, you're good at blocking shots, but that's not all there is to defense. Or okay, well, you don't rebound enough. And that's defensive rebounds are part of what happens for an all-defensive player. So they're throwing a whole bunch of excuses and whatnot, a whole bunch of, poke a whole bunch of holes in your argument, even though you're doing something at a high level. I think 3 years ago, I outblocked an entire organization. I had more total blocks in the season than the Cleveland Cavaliers had as a team. But that wasn't good enough. It was, yeah, you block shots, that's cute, but, it's not defense. So, hearing that type of shit's crazy.
So help side defense is not defense anymore?
It depends on the crowd.
Because Ben Wallace was a help side defender.
Of course.
And he was okay on ball, but his strength was off ball. When they got Rasheed got to hold the Shaquille's while he gets to challenge the shot.
Right. And
so Rudy Gobert's an on-ball defender? Like I'm trying to, the job is to protect the rim, right? Right? Is that your job? Is to protect the rim, make sure no one comes in the paint. That's your job, and you're averaging. 3.4, 2.7. Didn't Rudy win it with 2.7, 3.4? 2.8. I'm doing my job.
Yeah, man. And I'm a realist at the end of the day, Gil. Like, I'm not going to be a woe is me ass dude. Like, team success is a big part of things as well, right? If you ain't winning, no one's really paying you attention or taking you serious. But as far as individual awards and individual success, that's where my frustration, used to come into play. But now I just take it for what it is, man. Like I said, I play more for respect now than I do than some awards or just to say I was on some list, bro. Like,
let him know, Gil.
Wait, hold on.
Talk to me. Tell me something.
Wait, Brook Lopez, right, was on the defensive team last year, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
With 6 rebounds and 2.5 blocks. So obviously the rebounds don't matter here because it's defensive rebounds. And who is he guarding that he's stopping people with his natural ability at the 5?
I'm telling you, Gil, the criteria changes every 2 months. Like I don't know.
Yeah. This is what that's the stuff that irritates me. That's why I had to go to the computer because when I thought about it, it makes sense. I'm like, wait, hold on. I know someone who didn't have a lot of rebounds, but they was on that team.
Mm-hmm.
So you talk about playing in a small market and the exposure issues, also the lack of respect that you get. ESPN released their player rankings recently, put you at number 65. So how do you feel about that ranking, and does it give you any extra motivation to come out there and show them what you could really do?
Bro, I saw the list, but I didn't see myself. I didn't go in there and just search it out. But I saw it was 60-something, but 65, that's... So the immediate reaction would be for me to be like, what the fuck, 65? This is... Bro, I've been in this shit too long, bro. Like, I just have. I feel like ESPN's, whoever is going to release a list to get that reaction, from the mass crowd and be like, there's no way this person's supposed to be this low or this high and this is that. bro, they playing their role, and I'm gonna go out there and show them why I ain't 65. It's really just that easy. I can sit here and, like I said, woe with me, be pissed off about it, or go out there and hoop. And for the ones that actually know hoop, realize why I'm a top 5 center in this league. So,
And that's where you feel top 5 centers in this league is reasonable for yourself.
very, very reasonable.
Okay.
Very reasonable. Absolutely, bro. There's nothing. I really feel like there's not much I can't do on the floor. Like, if you ask me to go out there and do something, I can do whatever it is that there is to be done. I play inside. I play outside. I defend. I run the floor. Like, what more do you want from me?
That's the thing. And do you think, and we talk about this a lot, even with the MVP and how the criteria always shifts. If the Pacers are winning more games, do you think that makes you look sexier in the eyes of the voters, like a Brook Lopez who's playing on the top team in the East?
Yeah, and that's why I'm not sitting here just being like a poor me kind of guy. You have to have team success. We ain't been to the playoffs in the past like 3 years, so why would I take what you're doing serious? You got some good numbers, but you ain't winning. So until you actually go out there and prove, why you should be playing at the end of the year in April, you're not gonna get the respect you deserve. Winning takes care of everybody. It's just a thing. All that other stuff I told you is just a byproduct of success. So we go out here and hoop this year, do what we're supposed to do. Maybe in those conversations. Am I hoping for it? Like, oh, please put me on this list. No, bro. I'm gonna go out there and play, and then I want to be playing at the end of the year, bro. That's all I care about, man. Everything else.
It's crazy listening. Like, if there was just like this real clear metrics of what players can go by to really know where they stand. It makes sense, but you see sometimes like some people will get these awards. Yeah, they're on a winning team, but they're like the fourth option, and they're not relevant to the team's success. They're good, but they're not like the main guy or the second guy. They're not the ones that's going out there really holding the team together. Yeah, my team might not be winning, but I'm doing everything I possibly can, right? And now my nothing matters, but you're gonna reward this mediocre dude for winning, right?
I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that.
I gotta go 100%, right? I gotta go 100%. I gotta guard LeBron. AD's coming through the lane. I got the Westbrook. I gotta do all that, and you're telling me this dude got 3 defensive players and his metrics is higher than mine? Doesn't even make sense.
Yo, I know I'm an all-star, bro. I know my peers know I'm an all-star. I just know what it is in this league. I've stopped trying to look through the eyes of the ones who've never done this before. I've stopped trying to peer through the eyes of, people who sit back in the job to observe and report. I stopped that a long time ago. Bro, I know what I'm capable of. And if I go out here and do exactly what I'm talking about when I do that, then we won't be having this conversation anymore.
Hey, the funny thing about it, let's say y'all in first or second place and you average 10 points, 1 block, 8 rebounds. They're gonna be like, hey, Myles, you awesome. Congratulations. And you're going to be sitting there like, this some bush. Like, you realize, like, this don't even make no sense, but that's what happens.
Bro, it's the game, man. It's just the game, bro. I told you there was times where I really sit here and just, grow gray hair and like, man, why don't they want me, man? Why don't they like me? No, I'm off that shit, bro. I just am. I've been off for a long time. I can hoop, man. I've been doing this for quite some time. I'm still at this, and I'm gonna have a great season this year. So, man, what everybody else talking about.
How's training camp going so far?
So far, so good, man. It's good just to be back around a group like this. We have, like I said, it's such a young, like, exciting. There's a breath of fresh air, I would say. I've seen there's been a couple surprises in camps. I mean, like this Ben Shepherd, from Belmont, he's had a great, couple of games. Jarris Walker's playing really well. Our 2 rooks, and to be able to play well right away, especially like on the stage like it is now, this preseason and whatnot, and just have that hard work for training camp, have that success early. It just shows you a good little peer into the future. Yeah, no, going to the season, I just like what we've already built so far. Our struggle last year was defense. We're the fastest team in the league. We were number 1 in transition, transition points, transition pace last year. So we know we're going to get up and down. We were top 5 in scoring, or whatever the analytical stat was. But defensively, we got to get better. And once we finally make that step, it's going to be a different conversation. And I think we're headed there right now.
Let's talk a little bit about Larry Bird. He's been an instrumental figure in the Pacers organization as a coach, executive, and now advisor. You know, you guys have a strong relationship. What's the best advice he's given you during your time with the Pacers?
Man, so I actually got a chance to see him, a couple weeks ago. And I haven't seen Larry. So, Larry's the one who drafted me, one who brought me, in the organization. He was the president my rookie year. And to be able to rap with greatness right away, step to the door, that's be the first person you meet. The expectations are high. Like you see where they set the precedent. And be able to actually, just get to know him as a person and just get the stories from back in the day. You can try to watch a winning time or try to watch, whatever show you want, but to actually get stories from the source is unreal. First of all, man, the shit talking. And that's like the dopest part about being around him, bro. Like he would just say, I'm gonna do something to go out there and do it. And to be around someone that real, like I said, especially as a young player, man, it just sets like the course for what your career is gonna be. So that was been dope. As far as like the best advice he's given me, and go out there and bust the ass. That's it. Like there was no instruction book on how to be in the league or what you're supposed to say or do. It's just, bro, go out there and play. We draft you for a reason. Like we need you to play right away. And I came in towards the end of my year. I started the last 40 games, started in the playoffs my rookie year. So like he had the expectation of like there was no G League. It's like, no, we need you to play right here, right now. So to have a man like that look you in the eye and be like, you're ready, man, sent my confidence through the roof, like right away.
Larry Bird.
So you talk about the trash talk. Obviously, Larry, for anybody who has watched Winning Time and remembers his career in the 80s, 90s, generational trash talker, great bucket getter, but could talk shit with the best of them. Mm-hmm. So, have you or any of your teammates experienced any of that classic Larry Bird shit talk?
Well, none of my teammates here, would have experienced it. I mean, Larry doesn't spend like all of his time here in Indy. He's more so around in the summertime. PG would be the only one I could think of who probably has more stories than I do. But, bro, he's just I don't know, what's the word for it? Like a no nonsense kind of guy, nonsensical or something like that. He just really like about his business and whatnot. So, I don't know. It's not militant, but at the same time, it's just cool having like that in the gym, bro. It makes you have to be on your P's and Q's right away. So, yeah.
This episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. It's easy to get caught up with what everyone else needs from you and not be able to take care of you. Not making time for yourself can lead to stress, anxiety, or burnout. It's helpful to learn positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It can empower you to be the best version of yourself. Therapy might be the answer. It can help you figure out what's holding you back so you can work for yourself instead of against yourself. If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online and designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited for your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a licensed therapist, and you also have the ability to switch therapists at no additional charge. Make your brain your friend with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/nochill today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/nochill. When it comes to cannabis, you want a product that strikes just the right mood. Mood is an online dispensary that features a variety of products tailored to set your mood. Their variety of product lines like Energize, Euphoric, and Chill help you get in the right mood for whatever your day has in store. This is a THC product you can trust. Mood puts an end to guessing games with federally legal forms of THC extracted from hemp plants. All their products are regularly third-party tested in Drug Enforcement Agency registered labs, sourced from small family farms and grown organically. However you like to take THC, Mood has you covered. Great for both beginner and veteran users. Great taste in gummies, classic flower, convenient pre-rolls, and so much more. So go choose the Mood that's right for you. Order your THC products from Mood today. Go to HelloMood.com and use promo code NOCHILL for 20% off your first order and free gummy. That's HelloMood.com, promo code NOCHILL for 20% off your order and free gummies. Enjoy. Well, let's talk about the NBA this season. They added the in-season tournament. A lot of players have mixed feelings about it. So how do you feel about the in-season tournament?
Bro, I think it's going to be good for the league. One, expansion. You're going to a completely different city here in Las Vegas where, possibly in the future, you can potentially get a team. So to bring that for the fans. And it's not summer league. It's the real deal. Like these NBA players, like live in action and like a type of environment that could be crazy or not. So I think it's going to be good for the league. It makes you have to lock in, even more at the beginning of the season. There's, Gil can tell you, like, I feel like at times in the middle of the season or like right in the early of the season, you can bullshit a little bit and then try to pick it up towards the end of the year. I think with the NCAA tournament, it doesn't allow you to do that. Like you have to be able to go in there right away, and you're playing for you're paying for cash too. So the incentive is there as well. So I think it'll be a good little experiment for the league. Just try something different, and I'm excited for it, man. It's like give us a chance to get that exposure that I was just talking about that you don't get a lot here in Indiana. So yeah.
So what is it exactly? Like, when Richard's up there, and he got his shirt open, I can't focus. So I'm not listening to nothing that's coming out of his mouth. So what is it? How does it work?
From the way I look, or from the way it's been explained to me, is that if you watch soccer, it's kind of like a soccer style thing. Like in Europe, in the middle of the seasons, they have like these little like these little like tournaments just like that, and you determine a winner. It has nothing to do with like your playoff, like rankings or anything like that. You can be the winner in the NCAA tournament and then drop the off towards the end of the year. It has no impact there, but it's just a way of getting viewership up for the league. That's the way I see it. Getting more eyes in the league, more excitement and whatnot. There's that long drought where fans don't really watch like the league. There's still football going on, so fans are going to watch that. They're the ones that get all the capital, like in here right now. We really don't start taking off until like the All-Star game or towards the end of the year in the playoffs. So it's just another way to get eyes on it. And I think it's gonna be, like I said, I think it's gonna be kind of cool.
So you like it? You think guys are gonna take it serious?
Bro, you're playing for bread at the end of the day.
Choice.
Like you're playing for bread. Yeah, that too. Get your ass
I know
out there
you're
and
gonna
play.
take it serious, but I'm saying you think other teams.
Bro, money's a motivator, man. At this point, like, just go out there and get some extra bread, bro. Like, why not? You're already playing. You're already in shape. Go out there and get it done.
Yeah, I'll do anything for
what
it.
What they were gonna do? Like, I'm gonna just go ahead and average 10 because this counts towards your stats and everything, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. It's still regular season games.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah, but it's no different than like my first year. Like we went to London in the middle of the year. We went to go play Denver and London in the middle of the year. Still a dope experience, but it still counts towards your record. And these games still count, but it's just a different environment. Like I don't know, it's opportunity, man. Shit.
Hey, anytime a bag's involved, you got my full attention. So I'm glad you share the same sentiments. But you're looking at the center position, it's definitely evolved. But it should be noted the last two players to win MVP, both centers. Mm-hmm. Does the basketball world need to start putting more respect on the center position?
I think it's gone up the past couple of years. I think it really has. You look at someone like Jokic, like he's a center, but it's positionless too. Like it's someone who's still you can't double team him because as soon as you do that, he's gonna find the opening. You single team him, he's gonna find a way to get some crazy shot off. Like it's fun, man. Centers are not just back down guys who just have to throw a little baby hook over their shoulder anymore. There's so much more to it now. Someone like myself, I step outside and I shoot. I can handle the ball. I can control the offense. Like that type of stuff's exciting. Whereas it wasn't as exciting when you had your dinosaur just get you an up and under or maybe someone over their shoulder. Like it's just not the same. The game is just the game has changed.
And how important is it, as a center now, you're shooting like 37% from 3, 4 attempts. To add that layer to your game, coming up back in the day, centers were never shooting threes. Nowadays, it seems like it's a necessary component to be able to score at all 3 levels from the 5 position.
It's a pick your poison kind of thing. I'm glad my pops got me on it, bro. I was told by some of my coaches, coming up that no, just you need to work on your footwork, you need to work on your baby hook, you need to work on this, that, my dad said that we're going to work on our handle. We're going to shoot every day after practice. And I thought it was the dumbest thing at the time. I was like, Dad, I don't have to do this. I'm taller than everybody. I can just, go down there and dominate. And then lo and behold, like it shifted as soon as I got into the league. You started having more 4 and 5s that can step outside and shoot. You had a couple, back in the early 2000s, but now it became a necessary feat. You open up the floor for everybody. You space the floor. Like now your defender has to make a decision. Am I going to help or am I going to come all the way out here? Now I'm opening stuff up myself. I can get downhill. I can kick. I can finish. Like you have to be able to do a little bit of everything. And I think it's done wonders for the game.
And I think once they seen the center position evolved, I think that's why the NBA decided to protect the past by taking away centers for the All-Star game, right? Because now there's nobody in the near future that gets to have any accolades like the other ones. Right? You don't get the 10-time All-Star, the 20-time All-Star because you're not. It's not you versus another center.
Consideration.
You know what I mean? That just kicks out. That just kicks out any conversation now of best centers in history because now they're going to use these accolades that the rest of the centers can't even get anymore.
That's a great point. I never really thought about it that way. You're just right. Like, you know, there's so many great players that you can sit down here and watch on TV, but then 10 years from now, you don't have that same experience. You've never seen them in their prime. You've never seen them play. You can only go off of what they've accomplished according to some writers. You know what I mean? So I feel you on that. That's actually a great point.
And it's gonna be like, yeah, this guy is, he got 3 blocks, but he didn't win a defensive player of the year.
Not a good defender. No.
He didn't make no All-Star games versus this guy who's 12-time All-Star. Like, no way. Like he was an All-Star. They just changed the metrics on it and kind of like
in the middle of his career.
So we talk about it at the high level, the great bigs that are in the league. But in your opinion, who's the most underrated big man in the NBA today?
Most underrated big man in the league today.
You? And I give you.
Of course, I'm gonna throw outside of myself, but now I'm saying I gotta talk about somebody. I don't want to give nobody too much their flowers.
Moderate flowers. You could give it just a little moderate love.
All right, guys that think are creative. Okay, I like the kid in Houston, Alperen Sengun. I think he's creative. Like, it's fun, like being a center, looking at other centers and ways they're able to, get their shit off. Like, he's not super athletic, but he's able to find angles and find ways to get some good shots off. Who else? I'm not going to go down the whole league of listen.
Oh yeah, I'm just
not going to do it, bro.
I didn't expect you to.
Like Kobe used to do. Like, you start naming players that they not good, so you don't got to. I got to. This person. He comes off the bench averaging 2 points. Like, yeah, he's great. That's his way of not wanting to give someone credit. He just names somebody that's like, we get it.
And I respect it. But no, it's nice to see that. And I know you're watching a lot of tape of a lot of guys around the league. So just the respect is always there. Are you pulling any of that stuff and incorporating it into your own game?
Yeah, of course. Anytime if I'm watching a game live and I see a nice move, like, shit, we in the 21st century, just go rewind that. Oh, shit, that was nice. Sit there. Okay, what did he do with this hip? Okay, he dropped this. Damn, he dropped his shoulder that way. Yeah, of course I'll do stuff like that, but I don't just go like on YouTube and look up, so such and such's highlights. Oh, damn, this nigga's nice. I'm not gonna be sitting over here like, nah, bro. Like, your dad started to go play against this dude. Like, like I'll give respect, like someone like Chris Bosh, like someone who's not playing anymore. I'll go back and look at some of his film and be like, oh shit, okay, maybe I can use that. Like, but as far as guys that are playing, of course you give respect. We're all fans of the game. You see a nice move, it's like, damn, all right. But it's not like I'm sitting there studying a nigga, no.
So, Gil have a lot of beef going on, but in particular now, Hakeem Olajuwon is kind of rise to the top.
I did see that.
So what are your thoughts on players working with vets like Hakeem? And do you feel like the stuff that they're getting taught can even be used in the league today?
Some of it is cash grab stuff. Like, I do agree with Gil on that. Like, someone's still trying to keep themselves relevant. And I'm not talking about Hakeem specifically. I'm just talking about just players that come out the woodworks. And, yeah, I'll take them under my wing. I'll show them everything I know. Like, I do agree with that. Some guys just really are trying to stay relevant. They haven't been talked about in so long. They don't really do social media, so they're going to make a little appearance. I don't think it's just a will of, like, wanting to see a player. And it's like, yeah, okay, I see a lot of myself in you, young man. Like, I don't see a lot of that going on. I just don't. But and someone like a legend like Hakeem, like, you can only get that knowledge from Hakeem. You know what I mean? There's no one else really out there like Hakeem. There's guys that have tried to be like him, guys that maybe he would have studied. But as far as someone like in history that you've actually seen do it and just religiously bust his ass, like, yeah, something like him, that'd be dope to go work with someone like him and just pick his brain a little bit and just, just see what and just like be in the field, bro. You can watch the film all you want, but just be in that field. That's dope to me.
See, and that was my trigger, right? My trigger is I've trained myself. I've trained other players. I've watched trainers train. Hakeem was training when I was in the league, right? I can see his product, right?
Right.
I can see how they turned out. So when I'm sitting here, like, most of it was trolling. Right, I troll, throw it out there, and then
right.
If someone lashes back, I come with the real. Right, that's that's what I do. It's the idea. I didn't like the idea of you think you can go somewhere for 3 days out of a week and inherit some basketball knowledge of That's not how it's done.
It's not how the game goes.
Like,
I agree.
like if someone said, hey, I'm about to go, work out with, this player, and it's a week before training camp, stop.
It sure looks good on the internet. It just does. I
That's
feel you.
internet good. You tell me when the season's over with, you're taking a flight over here and you're gonna spend the next 3-4 months. Okay, you serious about this?
I hear you.
Right? This is serious, right? You ain't going nowhere for a week, an hour and a half each day, and think you're about to incorporate that in the league. While someone's guarding you and you doing it by yourself.
Right, dummy
What
defense.
happens
and
when
shit,
defense
like.
hits that? What happens when a bigger body hits that? A short, like you traveling by yourself. What happens when a defender's there plus a dig plus a double? Well, you reverting right back to your normal self. And that just irritated me that they made it seem like it was that easy to go over there and just learn some stuff. Like, no, you got to go there at the beginning of the summer, spend the whole summer with the man.
Exactly. You know as well as I know, it takes like 3 weeks to create or 6 weeks like to create habits or whatnot. Anyways, like this shit is all instinct, man. Like this hoop shit, like bro, you've done it at a high level, Gil. It's all instinct. You could try to learn something in a couple of days, but when you go out there and you read and react, that's when the art of the game like just starts to like to show itself. And you're right. You can't go out there and just watch some shit on film and be like, oh, I'm gonna go try this. Like, nah, bro. This nigga gonna dig. It's gonna be a steal. Your ass sitting on the bench. Like, what you mean?
Yep. You're gonna try to do that, Hakeem? Get your ass. Sit down, man.
Come
Just
on,
right
bro.
here next to me, man. You wasted $50K. Just sit right here, man.
So, in light of this discussion, you talked about Chris Bosh, but what NBA vets or old guys would you want to work with, and how much of a bag would you be willing to drop to work with them?
Right away, Dirk, bro. I told you I grew up in Dallas. I grew up watching them Dirk runs, bro. That shit was so dope to me, bro. Just the way he was able to get his shots off and only be able to jump this high off the ground and still be able to get to the rim and like everything was a switch. Like it was a whole Dirk switch thing. It was a whole thing around Dallas, bro. Shirts with it and everything. That'd be something that's dope, bro. Just to be able to pick his brain a bit. I got to play pickup with him his last year in the league. And he could barely move. He was hopping up and down the floor, but he was still able to get his shots off, bro. And it's like, now that I'm not there yet now, I'm in the prime of my career, but now that I'm like, on the back half of the career and whatnot, it's like, okay, I know eventually, like you said, a couple years from now, I'm not going to be able to jump as high as I'm jumping right now. I'm not going to be able to move as swiftly as I'm moving. So to be able to get some of those moves in your bag is huge. So yeah, I love LA's game, bro. LaMarcus Aldridge, the way he's able to get them drops and turnarounds, like that'd be dope to just work with him, pick his brain a bit and shit. As far as how much I want to spend, that's a great question because I'm not about to go out here and spend, like you said, $50K, $100K just to work with someone for a couple of days and shake your hand and thank you, man. Like, nah.
If Dirk said, "Give me 50 and I'll teach you everything I know," you not rolling?
In 3 days.
Shit, I'll put it like this. You know what, Dirk? I'll donate $50K to your charity, bro. You match my shit, and then maybe we kick some business after this. But I'm not just gonna give you this money out of my pocket and just be like, "So long, partner." Like,
I'm rolling. I like that.
What I'm saying is, I've never seen a workout. Man, I've watched Kobe, right? Like the hardest working person I've seen. I watched him work out, right? I know what it takes. I'm watching him shoot 500 left-handed jumpers and not take one in a game because it ain't ready yet. Year after year after year after year until he has to use it. So I know years. He used years before he using that move. So to think that someone would train for 50,000 just irritated me. Like, forget the money. The fact that I know your list of players you train, not one has turned over to be good.
Hustling, man. Just out here hustling.
You know what I mean? Like, I understand I understand what he's trying to do. The problem is this. They're going there for footwork. You learned footwork as a soccer player. Not a basketball player. You took your footwork that you learned as a soccer player and used it. So therefore, put their asses on a goddamn field. Start doing them ladder drills. Move laterally. Do all the that's how you got your footwork.
Right.
It has nothing to do with basketball. Like, they already got the basketball part. Give them the footwork part. Like, learning to move, once you have the footwork, learning to move becomes easy because you know where to place your feet. You know what I mean? It's like, so when I look at the workout and I'm like, yo, I get it. It's an NBA workout, but I thought they came in for I'm coming in for soccer stuff. Like, show me how to use these feet.
Yeah, I worked with the Pacers. They provided me an opportunity to work with Kevin McHale. I think it was like my third or fourth year or something like that. And I was on a ranch in the middle of nowhere, Fort Worth. And he came out there and we trained for a couple of days. And, I picked up some release points and, oh, wow, okay, I didn't think like to give one of these first. And it's stuff you've done before, but it's just the repetition of everything. It's not like they're reinventing the wheel or just showing you something crazy that you've never seen before. It's just that repetition with a different instructor, someone who's done it at a high level, who's done like a master something or whatnot. So I agree with that. You're not just going to learn something like right away because I've experienced it. Like it was dope to get that experience, but it wasn't like it just transcended my game.
Yeah. Thank you.
So let's keep this thing moving. You worked out with Wemby last summer. You got to see him, a little bit now summer league. Now preseason, you went up against Chet. What impressed you the most about his game, and what do you think his ceiling is in the league?
Man, just fluidity. Be able to be that big and just maneuver his body the way he moves. Like that's part of one of the biggest things that impressed me. Like last summer when we were working, like I really thought it was just some ball his life ass, like just highlight tape, like some kid overseas is taking crazy shots.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, bro, like this is stuff he works on and stuff that he's actually able to do. So I really think the sky's the limit for him. I think he's gonna be a great player in the league. Everybody's gonna comment on his weight. I mean, that's the biggest thing. He has to gain weight, has to put on muscle. But shit, the kid is 19, 20 years old. Like he's gonna get that naturally over time. Even you look at Chet, like he missed all of last year and he put on 10, 15 pounds already. Like everybody matures at their own rate. So if you already have the skill stuff, the body stuff, that's just gonna catch up with age and time. It's harder to learn all that skill stuff later in your career. You can have the perfect NBA body, but still not be able to walk at your gum at the same time. You know what I mean? So I think that Vic's skill set is very high. I think that he's in a perfect situation where he's going to be able to learn and develop over the next couple of years. I don't think that he's in a position where he's going to have to be the savior of the organization like right away. It's like, no, he literally gets to go to one of the greatest coaches of all time and Coach Popovich, learn the X's and O's of this stuff, how he play in the league as opposed to playing overseas, and still add his touch to it. So I'm very high on him. I think that he's going to be a great player in this league.
Man, so I watched him. I'm like, I like this. I mean, different.
You talked about Chet as well. You now entering your ninth year. You got these two bigs coming in with a lot of hype. You may not get a tremendous amount of opportunity to guard them, but are you looking forward to going up against these guys, Wemby and Chet, and showing them what the league is really about?
Of course, bro. It's one of those situations where, okay, you have all this hype and shit, but I earned this hype. Like, I earned, like, where I'm at. You still got to earn your stripes in this shit. Like, I don't care how many followers you got on Instagram. I don't care what deal, how much money you're making. When you get between those lines, bro, you got to earn everything that's given to you. So, like I said, told you, I've been doing this for, as long as I have, and I've earned respect in this league. And, until you show me what you're really about in this sense, like, that's still up.
About to get them young boys about 8-9 blocks on them. Yeah.
So just talking about your rookie season, how you were starting back half of the season, starting in the playoffs. People always talk about hitting that rookie wall. Did you experience the rookie wall at all, and how long did it take you to overcome it?
Of course I did. I think that I experienced it in a different light though. My first year I broke my thumb and I was out for 20 games or something like that. Yeah, I broke my left thumb. And when I came back from that, it was already right before All-Star. So I got to play 5-6 games, then chill for a week or whatever it was, then come back and be fresh right into the playoffs, right to a game 7. So I didn't really hit my rookie wall until my second year. Like my second year when I played 81 games. And when I got to that game 30, game 35, it's where you're waking up, you don't know where the hell you're at. Like you go downstairs, forget what room number you're in. Like it's just that little stuff, bro. Your body's just you ain't never experienced nothing like that before. It's 3 college seasons in, in 1 year, coming into the league. So I I hit it my second year. I hit it hard, but all you can do is work through it. That's just literally all you can do. You can try to sit here and do all the massages in the world, all the remedies. It doesn't matter, bro. It's a grind. Like you have to experience it, and iron sharpens iron. At that, your body's gonna get used to it over time. The more and more you do it.
I mean, do you experience any of that type of wall even later on in your career? Do you know it's just a part of the process, or does it diminish significantly as the years go on?
It gets better. You're always going to hit that grueling part. The January's like that part of the season where it's just tough going from city to city. We're in the Midwest. It's cold. Like it's just all that stuff plays into the league. But it's you love it, man. It's like I said, it gets to the point where you kind of miss it a little bit. Like it's that sense of purpose. And I enjoy the grind, bro. I enjoy all this type of stuff. I enjoy it. I wake up in the morning and it's like, oh shit. All right, we got another day. Let's do it. You got to fall in love with the process.
So Pacers had their first preseason game against the Rockets. You didn't play in that game, but one of the highlights of that game, Dillon Brooks getting ejected for hitting your teammate Daniel Tice below the belt. After the game, Brooks said he feels like he has a target on his back, and the Dillon the Villain moniker kind of would help put it there. But do you agree that Dillon Brooks has a target on his back, and if so, did he put it there himself?
All right, let me see how I'm gonna attack this one. I mean, just straight up, bro. Like he victimized himself last night. He came through off a screen, bro. I got respect for people who defend, bro. Dillon Brooks is a defender, bro. He's gonna play like the best player every single night. He's gonna put it on himself to be that guy. I with that part of the game, but the dirty shit, bro, and then gonna try to play the victim afterwards, like. That shit's corny, bro. Like he came through, you can see it on replay. He came through and literally just pulled his left arm, just racked him, bro. Like it's one thing if guards come through all the time and like swing, will be on your hip or something like that, swing through. I've had guys run straight through my chest. Like that's part of the game. Like nigga, respect, bro. You're doing what you got to do. If you come over with some dumb shit, and just come here and just actually like rack, then play victim afterwards. Like, oh, what did I do? It's like, come on, bro. Like it's corny. That part of it's corny. But I got respect for guys who actually go out there and guard, bro. That's part of the game. And I'll never just not focus on somebody because they're guarding. But all the extra shit, the antics, I'm not with that.
That was all my when I made that take early, like February, when I was March, when I was saying that, when everyone talks about the '80s, they talk about all this great defense, and I'm like. When I look at the defensive list, the guys y'all naming not on here. Defense is I'm stopping you within the rules.
Right.
You clotheslining me, throwing me out of there, body slamming me, punching me. That ain't defense, bro. You can't guard me, so you want to hurt me, so I won't come in there no more.
Now you're just trying me as a man at that point.
So last question for you, Myles. We appreciate you, taking the time. Training camp season right around the corner. To show some love to No Chill. But what is your vision for the rest of your NBA career and also just for life after basketball?
For the rest of the career, man, I want to try to at least get to that 15 number, like at the very least. It's on my body, so help me. I'm still, taking care of it the way I am, and I'm still able to get up and down the floor. Like 15 plus be nice for me. Get my deal after this, then get your vet there on the way out. Cool. I still want to be able to, I still want to be able to play with my kids and stuff when I'm done, bro. Like I said, I don't have any children now, but when I finally have a family, I want to be able to, pick up, play with my kids and be able to still run around with them. I'm 7 feet tall, bro. Like our bodies deteriorate much faster than everybody else's. You know what I mean? So still be healthy and be able to walk around when this stuff is done, take care of myself. I want to travel. I mean, that's a huge hobby of mine. I've gotten out there, I've seen different countries. While I'm young and while I still can, I want to be able to experience, live in other places. So just being nomadic at that, and then just, continue to just be myself, bro. To just keep growing on my hobbies. I rap with Chris Bosh this summer. And he lives right up the street from me down in Austin. And I was always asking him, like, bro, like, what did you want to do after basketball? Like, when did you know you want to do? He says, bro, nigga, you're rich. You do whatever the hell you want. Like when you at the end of the day, when you're done with this, you don't have to go back to school. You don't have to settle into a career. You can literally wake up and be like, you know what? I think I want to be a firefighter today. Like you can do it. You can just do whatever you want, whenever you want to do it, and to be able to have the luxury of living that life after I'm done and taking care of myself and my peoples. That's all I want for myself.
Hey, Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
real.
it. But 9 more years, you're only like 35. 35, 36. You good. You got
Okay.
15, try to get that to 18, 20. We got modern technology,
Easy 18.
yoga, all that good stuff.
I'm telling you, so help me, bro. I want to ride this as long as I can, man. But that's a good number for me.
Well, Myles, we appreciate you taking the time to do this, and best of luck to yourself and the Pacers this season. We got to rock with y'all now because you pulled up to the show, except when y'all play the Lakers, as you know.
Heard you.
Every team, and Bucks too, because I got
you and the rest of the country, man. It's whatever.
It's all good, but excited for this season for you, and hopefully excited to see you playing in the Olympics next year. Team USA get their mind right.
Oh, gang, speak that.
Yeah, but this has been another episode of No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. We'll be back with more very soon.